Hello, I'm Siobhan Keenan. I'm a reader in Shakespeare and Renaissance literature at Montfort, and I'm currently here to talk about my involvement in the Shakespeare 400 celebrations of the BBC. Well, when we get to the 23rd of April 2016, that will be the 400th anniversary of Shakespeare's death back in 1616. So a big day for Shakespeare lovers the world over. The part of their work that I'm involved in is something called Shakespeare on Tour. This is going to be part of their digital offering. It's going to be a website bringing together stories about Shakespeare performances beyond London from his own day all the way through to the present. I think probably the most exciting thing that we've been kind of learning about or learning more about is the fact that Shakespeare performances aren't confined to London and the theatre world there. Every year Shakespeare's company and other acting companies would go on tours of the country. So Shakespeare's plays were taken all over England, from places like Dover in the southeast, Bristol in the southwest, up to places like Doncaster. So they really were all over the place. And you start to realise that Shakespeare's kind of reputation began to be national, even in his own time. We know that in London, audiences were large and diverse. That seems to have been true when you got outside London too. We might have had slightly rowdier audiences sometimes. From what we can tell, we know that there are records of places like Guildhalls occasionally getting damaged during performances by players on tour. There's a very good chance that his work was performed here in his own day. There's a payment in the Leicester Chamberlain's accounts in 1606 to the King's Men, which was the acting company Shakespeare was a part of. Now, it's actually deleted, and we're not quite sure why that is, whether that means they didn't pay them the money or they didn't come, but it suggests they were here. If they were here in 1606, that's in Shakespeare's lifetime, and there's a good chance that one of the plays they'd have performed would have been one of his. But even if they didn't do it then, we definitely know that they're back in later years, like 1619. Again, the chances are that Shakespeare's plays would have been part of the repertory that they brought on tour. Well, there's a wonderful project called the Records of Early English Drama, based in Toronto in Canada, who've been trying to catalogue records of drama in England before 1642. So in some cases, I've been able to draw on the evidence that they've gathered together. In other cases, I've been going off to record offices myself and kind of looking at early records of players being in various towns and cities. Often all we have are kind of payments to them in civic accounts or private household accounts. Very rarely you might get a reference in a letter or a court case, but basically doing detective work, piecing together that sort of information to see where Shakespeare and his players went. Well, it's difficult to say what was really special about Shakespeare. Some of it is that he had to, I think, cater for a very wide audience, and that kind of pressure to please lots of different people and different tastes really pushed him to make plays which are rich and complex and funny and serious and all those sorts of different things. He was also very lucky because he worked for most of his career with one acting company, so he really got to know their talents just as he got to know the audiences that he wrote for. But some of it is just that he obviously had a particular skill when it came to writing about what it means to be human. And although, we have changed over time, there are some things that continue to be important to us, that matter to us, whether it's love, death, revenge, jealousy. And he writes so well about those subjects that it still speaks to people now.